Hi, Riley. Alan Cockrell with ABC, hitting coordinator with the Arizona Diamondbacks. We're going to run through your video today. Just let it run through a little bit. Talk about some of the things that I talk to my hitters about. I look at your load position. Basically, you're kind of just sitting on that back leg. And, a lot of people will load into their backside. They'll kind of start there. It's one step in the process of hitting that if you can kind of just get to there, then we don't have to. It's less to do. It's easier to repeat. One thing that I would caution you on a little bit when you are back is we don't want to stack that back knee over the back foot. If we're going to start with our weight back there, we want that back knee. We want it inside that foot so that the weight sits more on the inside part of that right thigh instead of on top of that back thigh. Couple things happen when we get on top of our backside. One, we have a tendency to sit and spin and kind of work uphill. Our hands will drop. The bat drops below our shoulder height a little bit early, like when we get our foot down. Or the other one is the tendency is I'm on my back leg, so I have to push forward and push up to get off of it. So we'll just kind of slow yours down a little bit and look at it and draw some lines here in just a second. The other thing that I see good balance, and that I like. But the one thing that I do see when you release the top hand off on the bat, we want to make sure that top hand is more over there around the ear of the left ear. And don't release it too early because the top hand it's an extension hand, it's a drive hand. It helps us finish off a swing, and if we release it a little bit early, we don't get through the ball like we can quite as well as we can, and it really starts to show up on pitches that are outer half, outer third, and some breaking balls and change-ups and things of that nature. So we might want to work on keeping that top hand on the bat just a little bit longer. Okay. All right. Now I'm going to just slow things down a little bit, and when I'm talking about this load right here on the back leg, most of your weight right now, it appears, is sitting on top of this back leg right here, and the knee is right over the top of that foot. What I'm talking about is really we want to load into the back leg, so we're going to be on the part of this thigh. That's where I'm going to feel the weight and the gather of weight and energy into my backside and not onto my backside, and that would put that knee more inside this foot, and it's going to give you a better opportunity to transfer your weight into your front side without getting some tilt in your body and in your swing. Okay, so that's a pretty important thing is get into that back leg and don't get on top of that back leg. Okay, as we run it forward now to the toe touch position, and at this particular point right here, this is going to show what I'm talking about. At this point, we want good bend to both knees. We have that. Okay, we want to have both of our knees inside of our feet. The left one is for sure. The right one, it's still a little bit borderline. It looks like there's a lot of weight on top of that back leg, but the hips and the shoulders really, they tell the story. We want our hips to be square, and we got just a little bit of tilt with your hips. We rather have those hips more this way, and then we look at your shoulders, and we've got some tilt in the shoulders, and again, we'd rather have to see those shoulders more like this. When we get tilt, and we're sitting on top of that back leg, the tendency is the hands drop, and now we start to work up and out of the zone, excuse me, a little bit quickly. I do like the separation that you get with hands. The back behind your back knee, that's good separation. We just want to eliminate this tilt so that we can cover the strike zone and keep the barrel in the zone as long as we possibly can on all parts of the zone, in, middle, and away. And from here, it's going to be tough to stay on the ball, outer half or outer third. Okay, but I do see a good lower half drive. We get the back knee driving forward, and it's driving into this front leg right into here. As it goes, that back knee starts to transfer that weight. The elbow is going to drop underneath your hands, and at this point, We have a nice connection where the hands, the elbow, and the back hip are in alignment. But again, we're looking at some tilt right here. So if this pitch is middle in, we're probably going to hit it pretty well. I like the fact that this knee's sitting inside of this stride foot. It's a brace as the back knee drives energy into that front leg. We need for this knee to be inside this stride foot. Okay, so we'll go forward. We'll get to contact. Right here at contact, I see some things that I really like. I like the fact that we are in palm up, palm down position. That's a good, strong position to be in. I like the fact that our head and eyes are looking right down the barrel of the bat at contact. And Riley, it's important for you to understand that as soon as the head and eyes come up out of the hitting zone, the barrel of the bat will follow those head and eyes. So it's a good habit to get into in batting practice on the field or anytime you're doing any maintenance work in the cage, whether it be off a tee, flip, soft toss, whatever the case may be. We need to practice keeping that head and eyes down in the hitting zone for one count, past contact, just so we can finish off our swing. We want that barrel to get maximum bat speed and maximum extension through contact, and when the head and eyes come up quickly, that can't happen. So I like where you are in that position. Okay, now we'll run it forward a little bit more, and we see it right about here. This top hand is starting to come off, and that's just a little bit early. We'd like to hang on to the bat somewhere into this area over here by your left ear before we release the barrel of the bat. And the reason for that is the top hand is the extension hand. Way back here at contact, you were in a palm up position right here. We want to maintain that palm up position as long as we can, and if that top hand starts to come off, then we're just going to pull the bat out of the strike zone. So some of the things that I really like for you to focus on, and we can do it off a tee in the cage, and set the tee out here on the outer third of the plate, even with or just inside your stride foot. Okay, we're going to put a little ball on there for you. And what I'd like to see you do is if you want to pre-place your weight into your backside, let's do just that. Let's get it into the backside and not on top, okay? And when we set it inside here, now this knee will preset and it will be inside that back foot. Now when your stride foot lands at this point, as we go forward, and the stride foot lands, we're going to take away some of that tilt in your hips and shoulders, okay? Now at this point, we're going to have more of a level hip line. We're going to have more of a level shoulder line, and that's going to allow for us to get to contact and stay palm up through that ball on the outer half of the cage, okay? That's really the biggest thing that I see is getting yourself more into the inside part of your knees, the inside part of your legs, and just kind of redefine what get back means. Get back means get loaded up, gather energy into that back leg, not on top. That's going to help you stay through this ball. It'll help you with off-speed pitches as well. Okay, so work on that for me, and I think it's going to help you. Thanks, Riley. Appreciate